Hi, welcome to the day three energy pull meditation of our 90-day series. And here with me is my best friend in the universe and my baby Gizmo. I don't know if you can hear him. Okay, so how have the energy pulls been for you in the past 2 days? Let's see, for me today, I had this amazing day. I went teaching and then I came home with quality time with my little guy. Whoa, who's a bit grouchy. Whoa. Okay, right now. And anyways, besides the point, I got to take an afternoon nap, which I haven't done in like months. And I had oh my goodness, the little simple pleasures in life. An afternoon nap was wonderful. And I came and there was one thing that I was on the train, and on the train I'm reading this book called The Power. I've read this before. I'm just rereading it again. And I opened the page to this page 72, and I wanted to share it with you all today. So, okay. Imagine your life the way you want it to be. Imagine everything you want. Take your imagination with you every day and imagine what it would be like if your relationships were all wonderful. Imagine how you would feel if your job suddenly took off. Imagine how your life would be if you had the money you need to do what you love. Imagine how you would feel if you were overflowing with health. Imagine how you would feel if you could do what you wanted to do. You use all your senses to imagine what you want. If you want to travel to Italy, imagine the smell of olive oil, taste the pasta, hear Italian words being spoken to you, touch the stone of the Colosseum, and feel being in Italy. In conversations and your thoughts, say, imagine if, and then fill the rest of the sentence with what you want. If you're talking to a friend and they're complaining because their work colleague got a promotion that they didn't, help them by saying, imagine if the reason you didn't get that promotion is that you are being promoted to an even bigger role with way more money. Because the truth is that the possibility of your friend being promoted to an even bigger role with way more money already exists. And if they can imagine it and feel it, then they can receive it. So she says, use your imagination, create games so you feel really good. Whatever you can imagine is waiting for you. Fully create in the invisible. And the way to make it visible is to harness the force of love by imagining and feeling what you love. So thank you, Rhonda Byrne, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Thank you. And she did The Secret, and then she did The Power, and then the book The Magic. Partially, I think that she had to break it up in 3 stages because it's what people can digest in the level of consciousness in general. So if you've read The Secret, and The Secret is only part 1 of, the law of attraction. Actually, there are 22 universal laws, and in Access Consciousness, we don't really talk about the law of attraction. We talk about the law of creation, like everything you do, you can choose. But, words are just pointers anyway. So whatever language works for you. So there's the power, and the power, in essence, the power is, I would say, visualization, but vivid, extremely vivid visualization. And that's what I do. I have a journal, and in my journal so this is my practice to share with you. I will say a prayer to God first before I write in my journal. I'll say, God, I really like to communicate to you right now. I humbly communicate to you my deepest heart desires, and what I'm about to write here is a script, and it's a scene that I visualize, and I vividly imagine how my life would be fast forward 5, 10, 50 years from now. And then I go into writing. And as I'm writing, I'm really writing as if I'm a screenwriter. And I'm just going into who am I talking to? Who's my husband like? How's my kids like? How's our house like? And we go down, and there was one night I wake up in the morning and have I'm in bed with the most wonderful person in the world, and then we go downstairs and we have breakfast, and at the breakfast table we have our 2 daughters, and then we finish breakfast, and then it's probably a weekend or something, because then there's like playtime in the living room, and I could see my husband playing with our daughters, and then he walks like I see him, and I have so much love, and I'm so happy he's like enjoying so much being a father. And then he walks back up to me and he gives me a kiss because he just loves me so much. And then he just like goes back, and then that's one of the chapters of my life. And as I'm writing this, it is so vivid, as if I'm in the movie. I can feel his love for me. I could feel the love. I could feel the joy and the happiness, and feeling vivid. So it's not enough to just be like, oh, I want a house. Oh, I want a husband. Oh, I want like, $1 million. It's the feeling and like vivid description. So daydreaming and speaking what you'd like into existence is so powerful. I listen to Joel Osteen almost nonstop in my house. If like my video in the background is silent right now because I'm recording a video for you guys, but I'm listening to Joel Osteen like nonstop, and he talks about, speaking whatever for him, Joel Osteen, he was sharing that, if there's something negative, he'll really do whatever it takes to not speak it or not buy into the thought of it. Not saying that he's not aware of the situation, but he gives all his worries to God. He speaks praise to God, even though it hasn't happened yet, because he just knows that it will happen. So it is incredibly powerful. This vivid, just think about vivid imagination. Go wild. Like, oh my goodness, like I love how these lush bed sheets feel. I love how the texture, the leather of my Gizmo and I were gonna get a BMW convertible very soon, a silver bullet convertible. This is our goal by December. So we have around 2 more months to get it. So, or you know what? Whenever it comes, but I could feel it. I know how it's going to feel like. I have a chapter in my journal of Gizmo and I. Look at him. Hello. I have a chapter right now, like Gizmo and I, we go to the day on the beach, and I have this dog contraption, so it's really safe for him to sit next to me or sit in the back, and he's just like enjoying himself, and I'm driving open top in my convertible. We go drive around, we go to the mountainside, and he's just enjoying it, and I'm looking over to Gizmo, and he's just got the biggest smile on his face because he loves going on adventure. And that's our experience with our BMW silver convertible. I think it's 325 or 330i. And yeah, it's like fantastic. So this is partially what we'd have to. Like, if you really want this energy pull meditation to work for you, you got to get vivid. You got to be like childlike and like, for example, sometimes we assign at schools, and I'm a teacher, we assign essays for our students. So imagine like write an essay for maybe like a 10-year-old student. Like, how would you write an essay about your best day? So ideally for an A student, we'd want them to write like 300, 400 words. Let's say overachiever A student. It's not just like, oh, today I got ice cream. It was great. The end. Like, that's not an A answer. That's a nice answer, but that's not an A answer. An A answer is like, my best day would be, I would wake up, I get to see my parents, I hug them, they love me so much, I go down for breakfast, and I had the best breakfast. Like, they made me my favorite breakfast of pancakes, scrambled eggs, and bacon. I also got to have my Lucky Charms Fruit Loops, and with milk, and then my parents made me hot chocolate. It was like the funnest thing in the world. And I got to have my cereal box. In the cereal box, there was a little toy, and then I saw my grandma, and then my grandma was so excited to see me that she brought me a gift, and I was so happy about, like, more and more details. And then as I'm going in the car, my parents surprised me that we're going to Disneyland, and I can't believe we're going to Disneyland, because it's like, wow, like Disneyland. And when we get to Disneyland, like the atmosphere is amazing. I'm so excited to shake Mickey's hand. When I shake Mickey's hand, it's just so big and comfort, and I just hear Goofy's voice, and it's so funny. Like, very vivid. We'll get that guy an A+. We kind of got to get vivid in our imagination for our lives when we do these energy pulls, when we do these visualization exercises. When we do this energy pull meditation, it's really great to be vivid. But really, I'm kind of like a crazy person right now. Any spare time I have, I'm like walking on the train, and I'm taking the train, I'm taking the MTR because I live in Hong Kong. I'm on the bus. I'm just like, wow, God, thank you so much for this amazing life. I'm nonstop on a positive rant for myself. I'm so happy. I have so much money. I can't even imagine how to spend it. Like Gizmo and I are so healthy and traveling the world together. I'm like a published author. Everything's wonderful. I'm an international speaker and trainer. I inspire millions of people's lives. I'm like this. I know some of you might feel this video is pretty intense right now, but you kind of have this you got to get into this intensity and this thrill and joy of life. And I remember like long time ago, I was at a wedding party and I had a crush on this guy, and he was kind of flirting with me, stuff like that. And then people were like, wow, Stacy, like, why are you, like, how do you get so much energy and why are you so happy all the time? Like, what are you high on? Half of, like, I don't know if they were being mean, but they're like, what the hell are you high on? And then this guy said, oh, Stacy, she's like high on life. And I was just like, wow, this guy's amazing. But anyways, besides the point, yes, you gotta be high on life. So that kind of concludes the class of today of a vivid imagination. You gotta have vivid imagination. You gotta have this zest and this drive and descriptive, like you can feel the food in your mouth, you can feel the touch of someone's skin. You could smell, like get into the smell of it, the senses, everything. It has to be more like a 4D experience versus a 2D experience. Or a 5D experience is when you get into the vibration of things. And how does it get any better than this? Okay, so we're gonna get into the energy meditation right now. This is called an energy pull meditation. And really quickly, it's like a meditation, it's a tool. It's an exercise. You could call it a meditation, you can call it an exercise, whatever you want. But in this energy pull, it's kind of like, what if your future was a blank slate? And you are the script writer, and you are placing whatever you would like you're writing the script of your life, okay? And you're casting your wishes out there, and you're casting your intentions out there, and it's wonderful. But, do you turn left or right at a juncture? Do you buy this or you buy that? Do you call this person or call that? Like, what are the indications, and how do you follow your heart, and how do doors open up for you? This energy pull exercise is a tool, because what if the universe, what if life, what if God spoke to you in whispers of energies? So, or just like feelings and indications. And it's kind of like how to communicate better with the Holy Spirit. Like, you may not hear a voice like, take a left turn. Don't call this guy. Run away. It's just whether you feel from your heart something is expansive. Yes, this is like pulling me. This feels like this is going to create the life that I want, versus something like something's not right. Then you don't choose that, and you follow with your knowing. We always teach in class something like knowing versus thinking. Knowing is instantaneous. And one great example we have is, like, for example, do you know your kids love you? Like, how do you know your kids love you? How do you know your parents love you? How do you know that you love someone? You just, fail. You just know. There's no explanation. And what if you knew, like, the next steps to go by following your heart, and you just had the awareness, like, I'm going to choose this, I'm going to choose this, I'm not going to choose this, I'm going to choose not this, okay? So it's about, in this meditation, it's one of the things is to sit quietly and just, wow, like, feel as if you have what you always wanted and always desired, and then also get used to that feeling. Because when something shows up, you ask, like, should I go ahead with this? And then you pause, and then you kind of listen to your heart. If your heart's anything similar to what we're doing in these energy pull exercises, then you go, okay, I'm going to just go with the flow. I'm just going to go with this. If your heart's like, wow, like, no, let's not do it, then like probably best to not follow it. So if you get what I mean. And for me, I'm always someone who follows her heart. I always follow my heart and just see what's possible. And at the same time, things work out wonderful. At the same time, when things don't work out, it's because, and I'm okay with it because I know that God has a greater plan for me and I trust that fully. It's this or something greater. Okay, on that note, folks, let's get ready to go into our energy pulls. Energy pulls is we're going to, first of all, lower any barriers or to anything that's stopping us from communicating with the creator of the universe. Okay, then we're going to imagine that we're in a sphere and we're going to expand the sphere to be like bigger, like and reach the sun. So we have all of this space. And I read this power book. I just want to show you a visual. Feeling is creation. Blah. Like I like this in the book. There's what Rhonda was saying, Miss Burren was saying, was that like, you know, a lot of the times we think like, oh my God, like I can't believe I have to ask like $5 million I'm asking for a mansion. It's so I'm asking for so much. But what she's saying is like, this is actually probably what's possible. And the dream house that you're asking for is that little dot. Like, it's so minuscule to what, you know, in terms of like in God's eyes and the universe's eyes. So like she said, just to let me read this to you. She goes, to help you to have true perspective of creation, no matter how big your desire may seem to you, think of it as the size of a dot. You may want a house, car, vacation, money, the perfect partner, your dream job or children. You may want to receive full health in your body. You may want to pass exams, get into a particular college, break a world record, become president. Yes, okay. A successful actor, a lawyer, a writer, or teacher. It doesn't matter what it is you want. Think of it as the size of a dot. Because for the force of love, what you want is smaller than a dot. And that's one of the things is when we expand ourselves in the meditation, you kind of got to visualize like that. We just want to really step into the space that we truly be. And the space of us is like to the universe because we're infinite beings. So, and then I'm going to ask you to visualize, vividly visualize. Maybe we'll stay longer in this time around, and then just get used to the feeling in your heart. Okay, the words are just pointers, but just get used to that sensation, that intuition, that vibration, or whatever word you use, that intensity. And then the more and more, and especially after 90 days of doing this, we're going to be able to feel our hearts more. We're going to be able to follow our intuition more. So, and that is so exciting how to get better than this. Then when we're in that space, we're going to imagine like we've casted the reel out, our wishes out, and we're going to pull through all the molecules of the universe, all the molecules of consciousness, all the people or the places, the things that want to contribute for making our wishes come true. And sometimes you can hold a ball. But really what Gary Douglas says is like, you just imagine like when you pull the molecules, it's not only pulling into this, though it helps with visualization, it's actually pulling from every single, like this part of me, this part of me, this part of me, like every single ounce of my being, I'm pulling it through into my reality. And that's what I'm doing. If you want, you can visualize this ball, and you're going to do it to the extent where you feel so full in your heart, like you feel like, and then on through, we're going to release that energy out to the universe across all time, space, and dimensions. And then we're going to equalize the flow. And when you release it out, it sends trickles, like raindrops of energy signatures all across time, space, and dimensions. And then maybe someone will see your picture. Maybe someone will see your picture in an ad. Maybe you'll see a house or whatever you see. if it matches what you've had in your energy pool and this heart, you know to follow it. And those people, they might see your name on a business card, they might hear about you, and they'll know you and they'll recognize you from this energy pull. So energy pulls are really extremely powerful. Okay, so we'll get to it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm bringing in my little guy with me. I'm holding his hand while I'm doing this. If you can see. Hold hand. My sweetie. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Okay. Close your eyes, please. And I'd like you very much. Wait, I'll close my air con. Okay. All right. I'm at home, by the way. I love home. I love my home. I love my home. I love my home. I love my home. Okay. Close your eyes. Let's take a full deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Now, anything that doesn't allow us to have a really heart-to-heart, strong, deep connection, deep communication with God, the creator universe, life, whatever you choose to call the higher power in your life, let's just totally eradicate those barriers right now. Push them down, wave your magic wand, eradicate them. There's absolutely nothing stopping you from having this deep heart connection and conversation with God. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to imagine that you're in a bubble, and we're going to expand this bubble like this to the size of the room that you're in. Expand it to the size of the building you're in. I have 42 floors, so it's pretty big already. Expand it to the size of the city that you're in. Expand it to the size of the country that you're in. And then expand it to the size of your continent. So just imagine that your whole entire continent that you're in, so I'm in the continent of Asia, is now inside my bubble. And I'm going to just go expand to the moon. And I'm going to expand to the sun. And just take a moment to feel the space that you be. Okay. Now, regardless of whatever is going on in your life right now, I'm going to ask you to imagine what is your life in 3 to 5 years from now, where everything that you're facing right now, all the struggles that you're facing, all the turmoils and all the doldrums, all of them have completely been resolved. And you're living your ideal life. Like, you are in the house of your dreams. You're with the partner of your dreams. You're having the finances of your dreams. You get to do whatever you want, whenever you want, just because you want to. And whatever that is for you, I want you to take time to imagine it, vividly imagine it. What would a day in your life be like? What does it be like? What does it feel like? What are you touching? What plush, wonderful fabric are you touching? What are the smells around you? What are the things that you're hearing? What are the words that you're hearing? What are the sounds? Do you hear the sound of a beach? The waves of the beach? Do you hear the sounds of birds in the forest? Or it could be city sounds too. Whatever it is, step into the senses of it right now. I'm going to ask you to tap into, and you just make that command. I want to be the energy, space, and consciousness. I want to be in vibrational alignment. I want to emit, embody the vibrational frequency of what I would like to achieve, actualize in my life. And right now, be that energy. Be that match. This is the energy. This is the feeling. This is the vibration of it. Okay, and now what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to just make the command to pull energy. Pull energy from every single fiber of your being. Pull energy through all time, space, and dimensions. You're pulling energy from things, people, places, things who don't even know about you yet, who are going to contribute to your life and you contribute to theirs. And who are you supposed to add value to? Whose life are you meant to contribute to? Whose life are you the answer to somebody's prayer? To whose life are you the answer of their prayer? And everything that doesn't allow you guys to connect, just throw that in the dustbin right now. And let's pull energy. Just say pull, it's working. Keep on pulling. For people in business, who is out there who demands your product and who your product will add so much value to their lives? Who can benefit from your services? Who's praying for your services? Who can you add value and have a positive impact in their life? Who's out there? Okay. Just saying a prayer. Dear God, thank you so much for all that you provide us, and thank you for having our backs, and thank you for instilling our deepest desires and deepest wishes in our hearts, because we know that through you our prayers may be delayed, but they're always answered. And we give it all of our worries up to you, and we trust that everything will show up greater than we've ever imagined. And we praise you for all the wealth and abundance that you provide in our lives. You so generously provide, and we pray for love, blessing, and peace to be in everyone's heart. Okay, and with this, let's send our energy signatures, the trickles of energy out to all time, space, and dimensions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Equalize the flow. Amen. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, today's a 30-minute class, but it was fun. Thank you so much for participating in these exercises with me, and I hope that it is a sincere contribution to your life. And if you like this series, please come again for tomorrow, and share this to anyone who you probably would benefit from. Thank you, take care, and God bless. See you tomorrow. Ciao.